Hey guys, really quick, I wanted to make a short video to let you know that House Bill 2744 has passed out of committee. And if you don't know what House Bill 2744 is, essentially, well, this is what it does. It bans the purchase of rifles with a detachable magazine for sale or purchase to or by anyone, any adult, ages 18 to 20 years old. Now, the committee has essentially a 7-6 Republican versus Democrat split. Now, keep in mind, the chair is a Republican that used to be a Democrat until this last election. So is it really a 7-6 Republican-Democrat split? I think we're about to find out, and we did find out with this vote. So House Bill 2744, which bans adults aged 18 to 20 from being able to purchase a rifle with a detachable magazine, passed out of committee on a vote of 8-5. Okay? 8-5. What does that mean? It means that 2 Republicans voted in favor of passing this bill out of committee. Who were those 2 Republicans? Those were Representatives Justin Holland and Sam Harless. Justin Holland and Sam Harless. This is a bill that was pushed and used by the gun control communist crowd. They used family members to push this bill and make it an emotional issue instead of a legal and rights-based issue. And that's how it got passed. Now, that's the bad news. The bad news is it made it out of committee. Here's the good news, though. And a lot of people don't understand the process of how bills are passed in Texas. So, once it's assigned to a committee, then the committee decides if they're going to hold a public hearing. They hold a public hearing. Then they decide to vote on it. It gets voted on. If it passes or fails, doesn't matter. A committee report has to be filed. The committee report has not been filed yet. It's probably going to take a little bit of time to file the committee report because there were about 189 witnesses on that bill. And so, they've got to go through and list all the witnesses and all that kind of stuff. Once the committee report is filed, and it's already been reported favorably out of committee, so the vote is, but they've got to file a committee report. Then it goes to the House Calendars Committee. And then the House Calendars Committee has to set it for, generally that's where bills go to die. And I think that's what's going to happen with House Bill 2744 is that it's going to die in calendars, okay? There are, let's see, today is the 9th. Less than 20 days left before the session is over with. And so the House Calendars Committee has to schedule it for a floor debate. It's got to be read twice on the House floor before it's voted on. Generally, the second reading, there's a lot of debates. There's, points of order. There's amendments, this, that, and the other. And then the third reading, usually, depending on the bill, is pretty quick. But on a bill like this or any controversial bill, for example, the transgender bathroom bill or women in sports bill or constitutional carry bill, even on the third reading, there will be a lot of amendments and points of order and stuff like that. If it were to pass the House, then it would have to go over to the Senate. It would have to get scheduled for a hearing. First it'd have to be filed in the Senate. Then it's got to be assigned to a committee. Then the committee, and probably it'd be the Senate State Affairs Committee. Then the committee would have to schedule a public hearing. There would have to be a public hearing. Then there would have to be a committee vote. Then there would have to be a committee report. Then it would have to go to the calendars and then the full Senate. Look, bottom line, it's not going to pass. Okay? But what's important about the fact that it passed out of committee, whether it passes or not, is that Justin Holland and Sam Harless, those two representatives, voted in favor of this communist agenda to disarm young adults and prevent them from being able to defend themselves with a rifle. Obviously, if the bill were to pass, it's unconstitutional. It would be, under the Bruin case, it would definitely be ruled unconstitutional. That's not the point. The point is we've got at least 2 Republicans right now that have voted in favor of this bill. So if you are in Sam Harless's or Justin Holland's districts, they need to hear from you. They need to hear from you that you are not happy with their vote, and that this hopefully will be their last session as representatives. Guaranteed we will be making this an issue next election in the primary to make sure that they are primaried out as gun control proponents and not pro-gun proponents. But it's important that you know who they are. So there you go. That's the if There's a lot of people that are probably talking about how great this is, that the committee passed out this bill. I think, if anything, this is a symbolic success for the gun grabbers, for Moms Demand Action, for Everytown, and for the communists in America. But we shouldn't even be giving them symbolic wins. We should be giving them nothing but losses, okay? There is no reason for them to get symbolic wins, and there's no reason for them to get actual wins. And even if these Republicans tell you, well, we voted on it, but we know it's not going to, it's never going to make it through the process because it's too late in the session, it doesn't matter. They voted on it. And look, how sick is it for these Republicans to give the Uvalde families false hope like this? So even if they did it just to give them a sense of closure or false hope, or hope, it's false hope. And, that's propaganda. And that's dishonest. Do we really want dishonest representatives in either party? So make your voice known. Let them know you don't appreciate this vote, whether it's a symbolic vote or not. They don't need to be buying into this idea that they didn't want to be seen as not doing anything after Uvalde. Okay, you can do something after Uvalde in gun-free zones. Do something that matters. Do something that's going to make a difference. Don't give gun grabbers a reason to celebrate. Ever. Ever. All right, guys. Free.